So hello everyone, it's 24th February. Today we took two trades and the order book is right in front of you. As to how much money we made 3,600. And today the market gave us a lot of momentum. We could have made much more, but let's be glad that we didn't end our day at loss. So there's one thing that I want you to notice is that look at this trade. 957 I bought it, 1148 I sold it. So I was long on Nifty. But just in 3 minutes, I was able to change my mindset and I went from being bullish in the market to bearish. And I was rewarded for being able to adapt so quickly. So that's one thing I'll tell you. Why did I change my mindset of going from bullish to bearish? And if you look at this 957 trade, we almost bought Nifty at the bottom. We'll understand how was I able to do that and how you can also do it in the future. So yeah, let's dive down to the analysis part. So the very first thing I thought Nifty pair. If you just look at Nifty is a 1 minute chart. This was a good shorting opportunity, but I missed it because I just इतना swiftly हो गया ये ना. Look at this. This was the breakdown. I was waiting for some pullback, but कोई pullback नहीं आया. The market just went this. So we missed out this opportunity. Otherwise, if I were to take a trade over here, it would be somewhere around here with my stop loss being around about these levels, and my target would be the day's low. ये miss हो गया. And anyways, let's look at what did we trade today and why did we trade. So when we zoom out, all right, let me go to 1 hour. ये एक support region है, ये एक support region है, and I was expecting this could also be another support region. And अगर आप जो पहला dip जो देख रहे हो ना वो bottom हुआ था, that was from the same level as well, right? The reason why I bought Nifty has to do more with a psychological reason rather than a technical or fundamental reason. The reason being that I really like to, there's a statement that my mentor gives that I placed my buy orders where people place their stop loss orders. And that is something that I was attempting to do over here because at around 10 o'clock, everyone was bearish in the market. Everyone was bearish, both fundamentally and technically. Fundamentally, the reason being the news, and technically, the reason being this crazy support that Nifty had, 17,000 being breached. So I was like, now because everyone's going short, I have a support, I might go long. And I would have gone long around, what time did I go? 9:57. Almost I got the bottom, right? Almost near the bottom. And after that, the market did give us a one-side momentum. And how much points did the market give us? It gave us around 140 points Nifty. But I had an OTMC that I was planning to hold positionally till March end. But what happened was that around this time zone, there was news of civilians dying, 200 casualties, and all of that. And I was no longer comfortable holding my call option that had bought around these levels. So I exited my call options probably somewhere around here. And if you'll see, what time did I exit? I exited at 11:48. I exited around 11:48 just before this massive fall came. And on the same reason, I was looking at Bank Nifty. And if you'll see at Bank Nifty, where did we go short in Bank Nifty? We went 11:51 go short. 11:51 to short is somewhere around these levels, right? So let me just draw it in the future chart so it's much easier to understand. 11:51. Right, so this is where I went short. My stop loss being just above this, and my target was open. I'll tell you how did I trail my target today. Today I did not keep a specific target. So why did I go short over here? All right, understand two things. The very first thing, remove this. Let's just not look at the first part. Now that the market has given us a hope of an upside, all right, and it's forming a downside. Look at here what happened first around this region. The market gave a breakdown. It did not give us a retest, and it just gave us a very big green candle. And what happened here was that this was also a trend line breakout. So a lot of people must have gone long here. And again, look at the third region. So now we have a resistance zone, another resistance zone. And when this was breached, more people bought in. And understand, when such candles happen, who are the first ones to enter the trade? The retailers, because they see a green candle and they're happy to enter. And they would have entered here. And where would the stop loss be? At least at these levels. And after that, when this market came, took their stop losses, and then gave us a retest. This was the most perfect entry. But I was not waiting for a retest. I entered quite early into the trade because one, this was a big trap that was set up. And the second thing is that market will never, go and test its first test this high or test, gap fill on the very first attempt. You must notice that the bank Nifty or Nifty, any index never fills its gaps or never tests its main level. The main level here being this zone. In the very first attempt, it will always take 2 attempts to at least, test the level. I'm not even talking about breaking out, but testing the level. So this was a very nice trap that took place. And look at the volume in this candle. To slightly much more than that. And after that, when we took our trade here, what happened? Market gave us a retestment, and if it wasn't such a dicey market, if it wasn't for the war, if it wasn't for other things, I would have added another lot here, because this was a very good region to increase your position. But because the market is very dicey and because the volatility is very high, I did not go for averaging. And after that, the market gave us an 93 points move, and at that point, okay, why did we keep a stop loss above this level? One, do you see this gap that was created? I've told you many times, and if you've seen my channel, you know that there are tendencies that the market comes, fills the gap, and then proceeds downwards. So my first intention was to keep it below, just above the gap. And after that, when this low was broken, right, the support region, you see this support region? When the support region was broken, I decided, okay, now it's time to trail a stop loss. So I brought my stop loss from here to around these levels. And after that, after 93-point move, the market again came and gave us a retestment. And this is why one of my other friends entered the trade. And after that, we just had one side momentum. Like, understand the pattern, all right? Came over here, retest, breakdown, came over here, retest, breakdown, again it fell. So initially, I'll tell you what my target was. Actually, I did not achieve my target today. Today, I got out because my trail stop loss was hit. And my target was around these zones. You see these zones? This is exactly my target where the market is right now, but did not come here. So I'll tell you how was I trailing my stop loss. So because these retracements were created, every time this retracement broke, I would trail my stop loss. So when this low was broken, all right, when this low was broken, I brought my stop loss from this point to this point. And again, when this consolidation or this retracement was again broken, I brought my stop loss to this level. You see this line just above this consolidation. And when this low was broken, all right, this low, I trail my stop loss from this point down to back to this point. Because understand that if what I expect is that if this zone is again broken, then the market might give us an upside. So I'll tell you a very funny part. I was at this point, all right, till this low, and a gain of 281 points. That is probably around 7,000 rupees. And my trail stop loss, you see this green zone is just above this. So what happened was that at this point, I was at 7,000 rupees. My trail stop loss was right over here. And in the next 3 minutes, my trail stop loss got it. And I only was able to make 3.5K today. That's the reason why I said that I was not very content with my 3.5K profit. And if you will look at my target, which was 404, for that to be hit, the market, after going much higher than my stop loss, it went another 85 points above my stop loss, above my trail SL. And after that, it gave us a downside. The same thing happened over here. And so this was the reasoning behind my trade. And I'll tell you one mistake. If I could go back in time and change one thing about this trade, it's probably exiting over here instead of this. And I'll tell you why. So what happened here was, you see this, this was our day's low, right? And what happened here? Why did the market give us a one side from here? Let's understand the logic behind this. So everyone who must have gone long positionally, where would they keep their stop loss? They'd keep their stop loss below these lows, correct? So what happened here was that market came down. It took all the stop loss of people who were long on the index, and after that, because of taking the stop loss, there was an upside that was created, and because of that upside, we got kicked out of our trade. Otherwise, we could have got 400 points, and instead of 3.5K, we could be sitting at 10K profit. But that's fine. We learned something today, and if I were to take this trade again, I'm pretty sure I'd exit over here. The reason being very simple. One, the liquidity was drained out over here. You see this? The liquidity was drained out from here. When the liquidity is drained out, the market is going to move to the other direction where the other liquidity is. And the other liquidity would obviously be above this region. So after the market took out that liquidity, it again went to go for it's another liquidity, because a lot of people would again go long over here. So understand that the market moves towards liquidity. And if you cannot find the liquidity, you are the liquidity. So this was the trade of today. We did not take any other trade after that. But if there's one thing that I want you to learn about it, is that how I was able to very easily change my mindset from bullish to bearish. Like, look over here. I was bullish till 11:48, but in the next 3 minutes, I became bearish. So that's one thing that I'd like you to learn from this video. And how much, yeah. So see my profits 3,600. Again, not something that's very good, but it's fine. My portfolio is completely red, a lot more than this. So let's see what happens. We're not going to take any overnight positions today or any time in this week because of how risky the market has been. I hope this was helpful for you. Thank you for watching.